Okay, guys, Bitcoin is 25% away from its all-time high. But what if I told you that's not the lead story of this video? Even though Bitcoin has been setting the world on fire, and I love Bitcoin, there's a bigger story that's going on right now, and it's tied to Bitcoin, but it's not Bitcoin. Even though nobody's talking about Bitcoin right now, nobody, and I mean nobody, is really talking about this other crypto that we're going to talk about in this video, guys. Yes, retail demand has not come back. The altcoin market slowly coming back, but still has a lot of room to run, considering a lot of the capital is flowing into Bitcoin right now with Bitcoin ETFs flying. But in this video, we're going to talk about something much, much bigger, in my opinion, that has a lot of room to run. That is a very interesting play that we talked about when it was back at $1.50, which was right around 50% from its all-time high. Now it's less than 20%, at least was here within the last 24 hours, away from its all-time high. And it's tied into Bitcoin, but it's not Bitcoin. If you guys have ever heard of it, it's called STAX, STX token. Now, I invested in this one slowly, under $1.40, and I've been accumulating. When it dialed back down to $1.50, I let my Patreon members know. If you guys want to get these alerts, of course, you guys can come join us over there. This is one I've had my eyes on for a while, been slowly accumulating it for a while. This brings smart contracts to Bitcoin, and a lot of people don't understand just how big this is for Bitcoin. We're going to talk a little bit about it in this video, get you guys all set and on your way. So just give me a few minutes of your time. Go ahead and smash that like button for us right now, as it drastically helps us out here on the channel. Would love to get this in front of some new faces so they too are getting this alpha. Because STAX, even though it's nearing an all-time high, I think has a ton of room to go here. And STAX is in Bitcoin's orbit. It's very similar, it's tied in, and it may get there first, meaning may get to its new all-time high first before Bitcoin, after its 400% rally since October. That's right, STAX is up 400% since October 2023. Nobody's talking about it. Bitcoin itself almost doubled in value during that time. Hardly anybody's talking about that as well. But here's what STAX is. I'm going to break it down for you guys. It's the native token of the Bitcoin adjacent blockchain, STAX. So it could be looked at as a layer 2, but STAX right now less than 17% away from its all-time high. Out of 300 cryptos to reach all-time highs during 2021 and 2022, STAX is nearest to retesting its peak of all 300 cryptos looked at. That's why this is a big deal, because it's tied into the Bitcoin ecosystem, bringing smart contracts to Bitcoin, and nobody's talking about it. Now, you might ask, STAX, what is it? Well, by all accounts, it's kind of its own blockchain. As I mentioned, it's kind of a layer 2 as well, because it's kind of weird. STAX has also been positioned as a layer 2 in addition to being its own blockchain, and it's basically helping Bitcoin support core DeFi projects and features found in other blockchain ecosystems outside of Bitcoin, like we see in Ethereum and Solana. So essentially, if STAX is successful, many of the Bitcoin maxis, and people will say, why do we need Ethereum? Why do we need Solana, right? STAX is trying to add to Bitcoin what some of these other top protocols do in DeFi. And people are speculating on that. Why not? It's a massive, massive deal. This doesn't change the way, by the way, how I feel about Ethereum and Solana and investing in those, and Cardano and all of the other great layer 1 projects out there. As you guys know, if you're not new to my channel, well-diversified portfolio here. I've got most of my money in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but STAX is becoming a bigger part of my portfolio as it's gone up tremendously in recent months, and I'm looking to potentially even add more. We're also tracking this on our algo, our XT algo. You can purchase this, by the way. The links are down below. We're always alerting people. The actual indicator does it. You could set customized alerts. You could be on the go, ready to make a move like a shark. the best traders in the world, the best people who are getting the best entry points and exit points, are using a trading indicator, I went out and made this thing, had it built. It is phenomenal. I'm telling you guys, you're going to absolutely love it. If you guys want to check it out, links down below. You could try it for basically free, 30 days, full money back guarantee if you don't like it, but you guys are going to love it because it fired the indicator on Stacks. It fired the indicator on Solana recently, Cardano recently. VeChain was a big one here within the last few days as well. But saying all of that, what happens here is when we talk about Stacks' connection to Bitcoin, it's very similar to Arbitrum and Optimism and what they do for Ethereum. Okay, that's a good way to look at this. Transactions are first processed through Stacks. That's why it's kind of looked at as a layer 1 by its own set of validators, also known as miners in this case, who later then write block header data to the Bitcoin blockchain. This effectively turns Bitcoin into a settlement and a data availability layer for the Stacks ledger. Technically, Bitcoin miners, at the same time as adding blocks to the Bitcoin blockchain, cryptographically verify the history of all transactions that first happened on Stacks. So you can start to see the connection here. It leaves very little room for bad actors to tamper with the transaction history on Stacks as well after the fact, as this would mean tampering with the Bitcoin ledger itself, which is super unlikely and basically is prohibitive as long as there's not a 51% attack. STX, though, is used to pay for the Stacks equivalent of Ethereum gas fees as well. So it's very similar to what Arbitrum and some of these top layer 2s do for Ethereum. And Stacks prepares for a major upgrade. So a lot of people speculating as well, as it's getting very, very close. Stacks' pitch essentially boils down to the idea that Bitcoin's the new gold. It's digital gold. And it has led holders to sit on their capital rather than spend their capital and actually use it. This is something I've talked about for a long time. I don't want to spend my Bitcoin. Do you want to spend your Bitcoin? No, I want to save it. I want to look at it as a store of value. But anyone with loads of ETH can use it to earn more crypto. They can lend it to generate interest, provide liquidity on trading platforms in return for yield, or even spread it directly to invest in NFTs or token sales. But Bitcoiners can't do that. But what if they could? What if they could? Growing interest around Stacks comes as the network participants prepare for a major upgrade. And of course, Stacks is going to grow and gain value when Bitcoin does as well. And these updates are collectively known as the Nakamoto release before the Bitcoin halving in April. So we'll be keeping close tabs on this. Bitcoin DeFi, though, slowly moving up as Stacks is getting more known out there in the Bitcoin community and in the crypto community. And we've attracted some users. There were less than 1,000 addresses using Stacks each day at the end of last year. According to data, there's now nearly 4,000. Now, if that's any insight for what could come here, the fact that Stacks reaching an all-time high shouldn't excite you. It should be the potential upside once it breaches the all-time high as we head into this next crypto bull run. It's going to be exciting. We'll be keeping tabs on it right here. Make sure you guys are locked in. Subscribe down below for more on all of this. Check out all my links down there. XT Algo, of course, if you want to get started today. My Patreon's down there, along with some other great tools for you. If you want to trade with me, I've got all that down there as well. Appreciate you guys so much. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you. Bye.